My name is Jacques and welcome to another episode of the Van Project. In this episode I will be removing all the cladding and start working on the rust. The van took a few days to dry out from the hose down it had before I received it from the dealer. The diesel smell was out, but I wouldn't be able to reuse any of his wood in the back because of that. First thing to do was to strip everything out the back, and as soon as I started stripping this, I'm committed to keeping this van just about. I made sure not to break anything in case I had to take it back to the dealer when it comes to the mechanical check. But seeing that it already passed the MOT literally just before I received it, the chances was it's going to be alright. So the first thing to do was to strip all the wood off, keep it undamaged, as I have a few weeks that I have available in case I want to return the van. As soon as I started taking these screws out, there was a 90% chance that I will be keeping this van, and that was the commitment as soon as I touched the first screw. If it just depended on what the mechanic said, if I have to take it, if I will be taking it back or not. And that's why I made sure not to damage any of his wooden panels when I was removing it. It didn't take long at all to remove everything, which left us with the bare metal. After the cladding was out, I had to clean all the old dust and sand and everything out the back, which I could. I got a little helper who took over, and seeing that it's his van, well, that's what he keeps saying, he decided to help me out. First, we tried to use the broom and decided to go on for air hose, which actually works quite better, getting some of the dust out of the nooks and crannies. And then use the broom to finish off the job. After the van was cleaned a little bit, it was onto the rust. I started to work on the rust using some wire brushes for the drill. Cost-wise, it was under £5 for the two brushes, and I used it quite extensively throughout the rust removal. Initially I started with the cordless drill, which was great, except it didn't have enough power. After a while I gave up on the cordless drill and got a normal drill out. Most of my equipment I purchased from Toolstation because it's slightly cheaper than Screwfix, and if that didn't work out I would go to Screwfix. I've got both branches quite local to me. My first day's job, that was to strip everything back and to start working on treating the surface rust. I was able to see where all the rust is and how bad the rust was, and started working on that pretty much straight away. I will probably reiterate this almost every video, but this van is 4 years old and there's a hell of a lot of surface rust. Every time I look at it, I just find more. So treating it when I've got everything stripped back is the best idea I had to try and stay on top of it. And then every year or two I will be opening everything back up again and checking how the rust has been going. So while I was using steel brushes with the drill, I found rust under this plastic end cap of the floor and around the back door's bottom clip. So once the floor and the plastic end cap was removed, I started working on getting the doors clips off. The left hand side one went off quite easily, but the right hand side one was rusted in place. This door clip is not really that well secured because the bolt that holds it in goes through the floor onto a bracket underneath, and the bolt was rusted in this bracket. It's just span in a circle after putting some force onto it, which only left me with one option, that was to drill the bolt out. Drilling went quite quick to destroy the head of the bolt, and I could drop it through the floor. This was a job for later to fix when I finished treating the rust and putting this bracket back in. It won't be a big problem because I can just put a plate underneath the floor and bolt it through that. After I used the wire brush and all of the rust spots, and I got the brackets off the back, I got some rust treatment paint or rust removal paint from Toolstation. It was just over £3, and I painted onto all the surfaces where there was rust. I left it overnight to do its job, and we'll continue from there on the next video. I'll be keeping the episode as short and sweet as possible, just to show you the progress as we go along. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell to be notified of any new episodes. And I'll see you in the next video.